Hi, I'm Listeners and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I wanted to take a look at the new banner and give you my opinion on it. So, the only outfit in this banner is for Sephiroth, and I have to admit I really don't like this outfit at all, and the only somehow redeeming quality is the Shinra logo at the back of the jacket. But it has been 9 months since Sephiroth has been introduced and had his first and only Arcanum, and now after all this time he has finally gotten a second Arcanum. The outfit has both debuff extensions, so 40% just from the outfits, and then Warblade Arcanum, so 35% war damage. So the outfit itself is very neutral because it doesn't have anything for physical or magic attack. Then we have Sephiroth's new weapon, the Tempest, and I have to admit I love how this sword looks visually. It's a beautiful and sleek design, and at first I thought it was the Ever Crisis version of the Mako Katana, but it's a completely new weapon. At OB10 120, the Tempest has 664 points into physical attack stat, and then the abilities are standard with 46 physical attack and 39 water buoyancy. Materia slots are also nice with the triangle sigil boost, and then we have the command ability Torrential Thrust that deals 700% physical water damage to a single enemy, and if Sephiroth is at 50% HP or higher, it also decreases water resistance with high buoyancy. Water debuff initially starts at mid buoyancy, so 20%, and after you OB6 this weapon and upgrade the command ability, then it changes into high buoyancy, so 30%. For physical water we have Cloud with Maritime that deals 750% damage at OB10, or Glenn's limited half anniversary weapon that deals 900% if at OB10. So 700% doesn't seem like a lot when we have weapons that deal 900%, but Cloud and Glenn weapons are purely DPS. This weapon is very similar to Zack's Pressure Ridge, which is a ice debuffing DPS weapon, but Zack's weapon deals 620% ice damage, and now Sephiroth's water weapon deals 700. So OB10 Tempest will hit for 700% on the first hit, and it will apply this high buoyancy water debuff, so 30% more water damage. With that debuff applied, until the debuff expires, it should hit for around 900 damage, and that's not just for Sephiroth but for the entire team, because buffs and debuffs are multiplicative. OB6 is always the sweet spot for most weapons where we unlock this upgraded plus command ability, and in this case the Tempest will do 620% damage, and it will apply already this high buoyancy water debuff. With that water debuff applied, the Tempest should hit for around 800% water damage. Then we have a new weapon for Glenn, Slay of the Day, and by the way I like how all Glenn's weapons have funky names, but yes, no outfit for Glenn, just a very good new weapon. At OB10 120 this axe also has 664 points into physical attack stat, and the abilities are standard with 46 physical attack and 39 water buoyancy. As for support materia slots, it has X-Sigil boost slots, which is nice, and then it also has water boost. The water boost slot makes sense in case you don't have a main weapon for Glenn that would deal water damage. Lastly, we have the command ability Rising Strike that deals 420% physical non-elemental damage to a single enemy, and it also decreases physical defense with a mid 20% buoyancy. Then, if Glenn is above 50% HP, it will also buff Glenn's water damage with a high 30% buoyancy. Initially this water buff starts with mid buoyancy, but after you OB6 this weapon, upgrade the command ability, then this buff changes into high buoyancy. So, if you have Glenn's half anniversary water axe, this is a perfect secondary weapon for him. If not, it will still be a nice support debuffing weapon, and Glenn still will do some good DPS with a materia. Glenn still can do a nice damage with it because The boost, the water boost slot will give him 30% boost, and then the water buff from the weapon will still give him another 30%. So I think it's a nice banner if you want a water element for Sephiroth. Is the banner skippable? If you have Cloud with Maritime Sword or have Anniversary Glenn and don't need another physical water DPS, then yes, I think it's a skippable banner, especially since we still have those Monster Hunter crossover banners at the same time. What you're essentially pulling here for is for your husband or waifu gear, because this is a featured banner. So what you get here is the outfit, because after this banner ends, we'll be able to wishlist those weapons, and by the end of July those 2 weapons will be added to the general weapon pool. Zack has Black Whiskers, which debuffs both water resistance and physical defense at the same time, but that weapon deals non-elemental damage, so it's a strictly support weapon. Here, Sephiroth has a debuffing DPS Arcanum set, so he can do water DPS and debuff the boss, so the whole team can do more damage to the target and benefit from that debuff. As for Glenn, it's a very good weapon for him if you have Glenn's half anniversary water axe. If you don't, then I honestly think this weapon will be better as a sub weapon for Cloud or now Sephiroth, if you have them at least OB6. If you want to pull on this banner and work on your physical water DPS build, then choosing weapons with physical attack, and HP, as well as with water potency, physical ability should be your priority. And if you want to use Sephiroth with Tempest for water debuff over Zack, then his Black Whiskers will be a very good sub weapon. I expected Sephiroth to get a banner in July or August, but well, here we are. I didn't plan to pull on another banner so soon, but it's Sephiroth and I could not possibly skip another gear for Sephiroth. I am also quite surprised that Sephiroth has gotten a physical Arcanum, since all his mastery sets have been physical and his only Arcanum was Magic Ice. I expected his Arcanums to be magic opposed to physical mastery, but they managed to surprise me yet again. But yeah, that's all for the video. So if you'll be pulling on this banner, then good luck, and you're very welcome to share how your luck was. But yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.